It's okay.
Okay. I think it's good. Examination.
Right in the middle.
Right?
in.
We should open with
Hey!
Excuse my hair.
Welcome back to the fourth and final video. What if we all did that? Okay.
We should.
All right. Oh, wait, are we
Okay.
recording?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We need to get
There's a
ourselves
piece of
together.
hair. Hey guys, welcome back to the last week of our series on atypical families. This week we are talking about not so typical families forgiving each other. But first, if you haven't noticed, we're doing this graduate style. Guys, how does it feel?
It feels great. I'm ready.
It feels
Ready
good.
for college.
Also-
Even though I don't have my diploma yet. June 10th.
Hey, I'm June 9th. Oh,
Woo.
there's my mic. Yeah, I'm June 9th. So I kind of consider this, though, as my graduation because
Yeah.
all I get to do is walk across the stage with my family and then I leave. It's not like your normal graduation.
Same. Are you gonna going like, yeah, like you drive in your car like to the
No,
stage?
actually, I get to get out and walk in the auditorium.
Whoa.
Oh,
See, I'm
Jeez, they're going crazy.
man,
I'm going
an
big.
Auditorium.
go big or go home.
I'm in a
Yeah.
football field.
I'm actually at the Rangers Stadium.
Oh,
Pretty
wow.
excited.
Go big or go home.
Yeah, but it used to be in the evening, and we were gonna have fireworks and like a cool sunset, and it's
Oh.
not. It's really early now, but it's fine. We're still
Lame.
gonna graduate, but cool. This was definitely. Ha ha. But I agree with Carter. This was definitely more of a graduation, just to be with people that I actually know and really love, and will continue to be friends with.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, shed a lot of tears this morning, but it's fine.
Okay, we are going to get started on a little poll. Feel free to join us in the comments. So we're going to talk about, would you rather like forgive your sibling for something? So we have eating your candy or eating your pizza. Any thoughts?
Just food in general. I can't apologize for. I can't have.
You
it-
can't apologize.
I can't get forgiveness and have them apologize. It's just that's stepping across the line.
Step across
If it says Carter on it, don't touch it because when I'm hungry, I'm hangry.
Stand out of the way, basically.
Yes.
I wouldn't really mind. I'm not a big, like, territorial food person like Carter. It's
Well.
just, yeah.
I am.
Like, if it was my whole lunch and I didn't have any food, maybe.
I
I'd be
cannot
fine.
live.
Oh, no, I am. I feel
Okay.
like, honestly, like if it was like a piece of candy and I was like saving or something, I don't know.
Ooh, yeah.
Isn't anyone weird like that? Okay.
Yeah,
and
no, I get you.
Jillian was like, nope, which she never would.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, what the heck?
Yeah.
I think it would be harder than a piece of pizza. Okay, we also have lying to you or lying about you to someone else.
Oof.
That's harder.
Ooh.
I-
It depends on what the lie is.
Yeah.
Like, if Jessica went to her friend and said, yeah, Sarah's 5'8", like, I wouldn't be mad about that. But, like, if, I don't know, like, it depends on how severe and, like, I don't know, impactful the lie is. Like, if she was going around telling everybody, like, yeah, Sarah's so mean and she, like, does all these bad things and hangs out with the
Yeah.
wrong crowd, I'd be like, excuse me. But also, I don't know. I really couldn't choose. It just depends.
Yeah, what about you?
I'm kind of gonna agree with Sarah on this one because if they lie to me, if it's something important that they lie to me about, like if my dad gives us chores and I'm like, hey, did we forget any? And they say no, and they lie just because they don't want to do any more work, then I'm gonna be upset because then I'm gonna be the one getting in trouble when we get home because it might have been my job, but. I mean, if they're lying about me to someone else, like if they say some stupid thing about me, I mean, I won't get that frustrated because, I'm going to prove them wrong anyway. But,
Get them.
Dang.
haters be haters.
Yeah.
I would definitely say lying about you to someone else. Like if it's like, oh, my sister can't. She's busy. She is at rehearsal. Like,
You're actually
sometimes
just
you
home
gotta
chilling in your
sometimes you gotta like get out of things, whatever. But if if I said about Jillian or Jillian said about me, like actually,
yeah.
Brenna is not a good person at all. It's all fake. Like, I would be.
Yeah.
I
Because
would be
then your
heartbroken.
reputation is destroyed for someone without even you, like,
Knowing.
being there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, last
Next
one. Pushing you or embarrassing you.
Well, I already embarrassed myself. So I would probably say embarrassing me because it happened so easily. She would push me and I like fell. That would be so mean. She would never do that. But I don't know. I would say I would rather forgive for embarrassing me.
I feel like I would be forgiving them for pushing me because that would be embarrassing to me. Because
Double whammy. You're right.
if my siblings can push me over, then I either need to hit the weight room and get a little bit stronger, or I'm just not prepared for it, so I'm embarrassed in the first place. So I would have to say, like, pushing me because I'm already embarrassed at the same time.
Okay. That's
Especially
nice.
being a football player. That'd be my job to not get pushed over.
Not sure that will be the case ever. But,
But
you know.
I would say, I don't know, embarrassing, like, I already do weird stuff on my own. Julian's pretty weird. Sorry, Julian. You've been exposed. You are pretty weird. So if, like, she pushed me, I would feel pretty hurt.
Yeah.
Especially, like, if it was, like, in our hallway. It's, like, pushed me into our hallway. Like, that would hurt.
If it wasn't playful, I would be like.
Yeah. But she would never. Anyway.
Okay.
That now brings us to Carter, who will tell us a story about a time he struggled to forgive a family member.
Howdy, my friends, and welcome back. I'm going to tell you a quick story today about the time whenever I had a hard time forgiving my family member. So I was around the age of, I think, 13, and I was sitting down on our couch in our living room watching SportsCenter. Great show. Top 10 all the way. You know, one day I will be on that. And I was sitting there watching it, and the top 10 segment was about to come up, and I was like, I was hyped. I was like, oh yeah, about to get to see some people get dunked on, and I want to see those epic plays and stuff like that. And then my loving sister decided that during her phone call, she was going to step in front of the TV and mute the TV. And, you know, when someone steps in front of the sensor of a TV, you can't change the noise level of the TV or change the channel or, like, pause it. And I was furious with my sister. And so my younger self, being the idiot I was, stormed out of the room, threw the remote on the couch. And on my way out, I lost my temper and I punched the light switch in our wall and broke it. And it was pretty bad. I had shattered it in like 4 pieces, and on my way up, I looked at my hand and my hand was bleeding, and I immediately realized what I had done wrong and how instead of being frustrated and storming off and doing all that stuff, if I would have just politely asked my sister, hey, can you please just maybe take that call in another room, maybe move out, go into your room, you know, your room upstairs, not this room where I happen to be watching TV. And I realized that my younger self wasn't as smart as I am now and didn't think through the consequences, because then I had to deal with my dad and tell him why I broke the light switch. So, in the long run, think before you act.
In Genesis 37, verses 18 through 36, we talk about how Joseph's brothers decide to plot to kill Joseph. And Reuben, their oldest sibling, says, no, we can't do that. That will kill our father. So instead, they decide to throw him in a pit, and they see these Mennonites come by and decide to sell him. They sell him to Pharaoh, which we all know held slaves. So basically, they sold their brother as a slave. And instead of showing like what they've done for their father, they took his robe and they slaughtered an animal and dripped blood all over it and showed it to their father and said, look what we found, to cover their tracks. Obviously, I have not had to forgive a family member for trying to say, oh, I am so much better than you, but that does not give them an excuse to sell a sibling to Mennonites to be a slave. And with that said, I will now bring you Sarah.
We all know how the story ends. Joseph forgives his brothers, thus saving their lives. But when their father dies, their brothers are worried that he's going to come back and get revenge. So this part takes place in Genesis 50, verses 15 through 21, which I will read now. It says, "When Joseph's brothers saw that their father was dead, they said to one another, 'If Joseph is holding a grudge against us, he will certainly repay us for all the suffering we caused him.' So they sent this message to Joseph. 'Before he died, your father gave a command. Say this to Joseph, please forgive your brother's transgression and their sin, the suffering they have caused you. Therefore, please forgive the transgression of the servants of the God of your father.' Joseph wept when their message came to him. His brothers also came to him, bowed down before him, and said, 'We are your slaves.' But Joseph said to them, 'Don't be afraid. Am I in the place of God? You planned evil against me. God planned it for good, to bring about the present result, the survival of many people. Therefore, don't be afraid. I will take care of you and your children.' And he comforted them and spoke kindly to them." This scripture shows us how Joseph chose kindness over holding a grudge, even though his brothers knew they didn't deserve his forgiveness, but the presence of God in Joseph's heart allowed him to choose forgiveness over bitterness.
I'm going to finish off our time of scripture with Matthew 18, 21 through 22. "Then Peter came to Jesus and asked, 'Lord, how many times shall I forgive my brother or sister who sins against me? Up to 7 times?' I mean, 7's a lot. Jesus answered, 'I tell you, not 7 times, but 77 times.'" Can you imagine apologizing or forgiving someone 77 times? That's a lot. And God asks you to forgive people like that because that's how God showed us forgiveness. He sent his own son, Jesus, who died as a forgiveness for us.
Sometimes a family member or a friend will hurt you so deeply or repeatedly that it seems impossible to forgive them. But with everything, with Jesus, nothing is impossible.
However, eager to forgive can change your family for the better too.
And forgiveness doesn't have to be complicated. It could be as simple as admitting you've been hurt, telling God you need help to forgive them, asking God to heal the parts of your heart that have been hurt, and choosing to focus on moving forward instead of what happened in the past. And also forgiving yourself and asking for forgiveness, if you need to, for the part you played in what happened.
Alrighty, so thank you guys so much for showing up today. We really appreciated the opportunity to get to talk with you guys, sort of, even from a distance. Please take what we've talked about this morning and go into more discussion in your breakout groups. We love you. Stay classy.
Stay classy.
Classy.
Stay classy. Now, before you leave, we're going to give you an exclusive fashion show of our robes. If you haven't noticed.
We look a little different.
Yeah, I got the sweet green cape.